My name is Liam McCracken, and welcome to Funny Bite!
What are we going to talk about today, Leah?
Martin Luther King Jr.
What do you know about Martin Luther King Jr.?
He was a great guy, and he fought for the fought for racism.
For racism. Okay, good. So what I want to do today is read you 7 different quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I want you to just tell me what you think about the quote, what it means to you, and things like that. Sound good? Okay.
I
Here we
agree.
go. You agree. The first one. This was from his book, Strength to Love, in 1963. He said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." What does that mean to you?
So light cannot drive out what so darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. So that means that you're in the darkness. If you add more dark to it, then it's not gonna really help.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help at all. So if you're in a dark room, you gotta be brave, and if you be brave and think of something that you love, and if there's no light switch, then it's just gonna seem like it's light.
So when he said hate cannot drive out hate, what do you think that means?
You can't mix hate with hate, and you gotta like the bad people, you gotta give love, not more hate, because then it's just gonna be hate.
Yeah, it's good. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The next quote. This is from his letter from Birmingham jail in Alabama. He was in jail in April 16th, 1963. He said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." So what does that mean to you? So let's start with justice.
Yeah,
What's the word justice? Do you know justice?
Mm-mm.
So justice is being just, being fair, being equitable to everyone is justice, and fighting for that is justice. And not just fighting for it, but ultimately achieving that is justice. So if that's the case, he says injustice, so not having that anywhere is a threat to having that everywhere. What do you think he means by that?
So justice. What? Wait, what's the quote?
Okay, so the quote is, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere."
So being fair to everyone, right, everywhere.
Right. And so if it doesn't apply, if it's not in a certain time or place, then that means it's a threat to justice everywhere, to it being everywhere. If there's injustice, it not happening just one place, it means it's a threat. It's eventually going to spread.
Yeah.
Okay. Next quote.
Mm-hmm.
This is from his book, Strength to Love, in 1963. He said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." What does that mean?
So if it's challenging, you have to stick up for it. Challenge. So you can be the one to do the challenge.
Okay. So what did Martin Luther King stand up for again?
The thought for the racism.
Yeah.
Versus
against racism.
Black. Ouch. Versus black and white people.
Okay,
Oh,
so
it hurts.
so what does he mean then by the ultimate measure of a man is not when, basically, to paraphrase it, the ultimate measure of a man is not when things are going well, it's when things aren't. What does he mean by that?
Stick up for everything, and if like something's going bad, it's good to help, so it can make the world a better place, and then you can be happy.
Okay.
Instead of just being happy for nothing.
Right.
You could
Because
be
you're
more
happy
happy.
because you're comfortable. Right.
Like you're comfortable, like the white people back in the days, like, oh, I like being rude to the black people. And then the black people are like, I heard that. No, you didn't.
Okay. Okay. Next quote. This is from his book Stride Toward Freedom from 1958. He says, "True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice." So it's very similar to what we already talked about.
So peace
Mhm.
is like more,
So when do you hear of peace?
yeah. You think like, when you really think of peace, then you think of just peaceful day, but that's peaceful. Peace is having peace in Jesus.
Yes, absolutely. And Martin Luther King knew Jesus. So yes, ultimately, when he talks about peace, he's talking about
He's like,
peace that God brings.
I know that guy. He likes fair. Yeah, he's not even a guy. Can you believe that?
So to paraphrase that quote, tension could also be like war, that things that you fight for, and there's
like the bumper car roar.
Yeah, or like countries going to war, and there's this idea that a lot of people have that we want peace in the world, but what he's saying is peace. Peace isn't always the absence of tension or conflict or war. Yeah. It is the presence of justice. When everything is equitable and fair and just, is when there's peace. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. All right. Next quote. Now this one's a little bit more lengthy, so you need to listen to it, okay?
Lengthy?
It's long. Yeah.
Why didn't you just say that before?
I should have. Okay, so this is from his sermon in Selma, Alabama from March 8th, 1965. He says, "A man dies when he refuses to stand up for what is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true." What does he mean by a man dies when he doesn't stand up?
Well, the world would just be the same place of white people getting their way. And it's like not fair because they're so low. And they're like this high bunch of like the dark classrooms, a dark big one. They don't have an individual one with light and books and everything. They just have to learn differently. Okay. And like in all the same classroom. And then that's just not fair. Because it's harder to learn, because if you have more people, then it's just going to be too much. And then if you have little groups at a time, that's easier.
What does he mean by, if we don't do this, then we'll die? If we don't stand up for justice, if we don't stand up for equality for our brothers and our sisters, then we die. What does that mean? Do we drop dead?
No.
No? So what does it mean?
We just, what he means is you gotta have it. You have to fight up for it so you can get more.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, so you can be equal instead of low equal. Yes. It feels equal to them, but it doesn't feel equal.
Sure. So a man dies when he doesn't do this, meaning his emotionally, mentally, spiritually, he dies, not necessarily physically. Yeah, exactly. Not like he's less of a man, he's less of a woman. She's less than a woman if we do not fight for justice. Good.
Yeah, because you gotta be like, we want justice. We want
Yeah.
justice.
Okay, two more.
Oh, just like the same, like when it's like when women didn't get to vote, that was, and some men voted too for women get a vote too. So then we
Yes.
want justice. We want justice,
Yeah, yes.
but differently.
Sexism is very similar to racism. That's very true.
But like it's basically the same thing, but in a different thing.
Right.
But like there's two things, and some girls and some boys are white. Some girls and some boys are, yeah. Well, that's kind of different because
From a
girls
different
and then
nationality,
boys.
right?
But then some can be white and black over here, white and black over here. They don't have to be white and then black.
That's right.
That would be
segregation.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. Next quote. Forgive. So this is from his I Have a Dream speech
I have a dream.
from August 28th, 1963. He says,
I have a dream
besides that,
that one day
yeah,
all our nations would be fair and equal.
basically, yeah. Okay, so this is the quote I want to give you, though. He says, forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a permanent attitude. So,
Okay.
what does he mean by that?
So, occasionally act, it like you gotta be fair to everybody. If one of your friends accidentally pulled your hair and you forgave them, but then someone else pulled your hair by accident and you didn't forgive them, that wouldn't be fair. And you gotta forgive the same way to everybody. Friends are no friends. Equally, right. And that, and
the permanent attitude.
Yeah.
So you're saying
you it's permanent attitude, so not like just occasionally, okay, just this once I'll be nice to you. Like, just this once I'll be mean to you. Like,
right.
What's wrong with that?
Okay.
Then if you're a nice person, you just like do one rude act or like rude and then nice. You gotta give it like, but if you're rude, you should always be nice. You should always be nice. You should always be nice. You should always be nice.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, good. Last quote. Are you ready? Okay. So this is from a speech that he gave in Goshen College on March 10th, 1960.
College.
He said, the basic aim of the Negro is to be the white man's brother, not his brother-in-law. What does he mean by that?
You gotta like stick up for each other like it's brother, not brother-in-law. Even though my sister-in-law, it's no less. She still loves me.
Right. But what does he mean by differentiating between those two words, brother and brother-in-law?
You have to be your brother.
Okay.
Like, not a brother-in-law. I'm your brother. Like, if you're like a brother-in-law, you're like, no, I'm your brother. Like, okay, I'm your brother. You got to stick up for each other.
So it's a relational thing. It's
you got to stick up for each other. Okay. And, yeah, just be nice to each other as in a way that you're his brother. Even though you're a friend, not even a brother-in-law, you got to be like a brother or a sister.
That's really what he's getting at. That's good. It reminds me of what Jesus said, that he would stick closer than a brother. And so brothers are generally closer than brothers-in-law. And that's really what he's getting at.
Yeah, but also it's like sometimes your sister is also your friend. So it's both. So if you have one good terms, then it's the same thing. And sometimes your friend refers to a sister.
Yeah.
Or
I think there's another aspect that he's trying to get at with this quote as well. I think it's mainly talking about closeness and things, but also a brother-in-law, the phrase at the end, in law, meaning because of marriage, because of a law, because of this didn't happen naturally. And what he's saying is that he wants that Negroes, that Black people want to be as close to white people as if they were born in the same household, not just because the law tells them to be. So
And then
you have a sister-in-law, Jess, and you love her and everything, so that's all good. But what if we told you you have to love her because now she's part of the family based on law? They're married now, and so you have to love her. It wouldn't be the same, right?
true.
Yeah, that's what he's getting at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like you're forced to do it. It's just not the same.
Right, exactly.
You have to be doing it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, that was the last quote. Is there, tell us to end what your favorite thing about Martin Luther King Jr. is.
First of all, I like that he's so nice and he sought up for everybody.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to be mean to the brown people or the black. But because I love to be nice, but like if we were born like that, then I would be mean. And I don't like that.
So he made an impact on your life.
Mhm.
How did he
And
make,
other people's.
and other people's? Okay.
And before them.
Yeah. Well, good.
Everybody in the whole universe.
Huh.
Because then it would be like whole universe, the whole like universe, even other planets, sometimes aliens.
Okay. So, why don't you tell everybody goodbye and what they should do?
And make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if we fix it. And it's got to be
You
shown
can
on
comment on YouTube, but you can comment on Facebook.
Yeah. Make sure you do that.
Okay.
And also, likes. Give a big thumbs up.
Definitely do that on YouTube.
1,000.
Okay. Thank you for joining us for a mini bite. We'll see you later. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day.